My screen just went off. Just 1 second. Oh dear. All right, my computer is not enjoying itself. Can everybody see my screen? I'm sorry, I didn't hear anybody. My computer froze. All right, perfect. So real quick, I'm going to go to the start of this because that's where we should begin presentations. So in the Department of Biology, you'll find many advisors. 1 second, I need to turn off these captions. Okay, you'll find many advisors. Okay, we are specialized in individual fields. So for ecology, invertebrate anatomy, and aquatic biology, you'll see that Mark Gustafson is the departmental advisor for that section, or offers those courses, and he is an advisor for several individuals. Okay. Dr. Alan Levens. This is an incredibly powerful tool at your service. So Dr. Levens has his MD, and then he got his medical degree originally in pediatrics, and then decided that he wanted to pursue plants, and so he became a botanist. So that's Dr. Levens. He is very, very involved in student lives, right? So he wants to make sure that you have all the opportunities to succeed. So does Dr. Gustafson, but I'd point out Dr. Levens because of his training and the expertise that he can provide. Dr. Stephanie Perez, I think you say it, teaches cell biology and immunology. She also offers basic biology and then anatomy and physiology. So if you are in anatomy and physiology right now, you either have her or you have me. Okay. Dr. Danielle Grove is responsible for teaching genetics, molecular biology, and developmental biology. In addition to that, I think she offers intro biology or basic biology for biology students. I'm Dr. Kevin Tate. I teach physiology and pathophysiology, and I'm teaching this FREX class this term. And then finally, last but not least, Dr. Bob Jonas teaches microbiology and biochemistry. So that's a rundown of departmental members. If you're in A&P right now, you likely have another professor. His name is Brian Wilson. Can everybody only see part of my PowerPoint? Thank you, Cassandra, for letting me know. I'm not sure how to fix this. Okay, hold on. I know the issue. All right, I'm going to change my screen share here. So I'm not going to go over the faculty again. Can everybody see it, all of it now? All right, perfect. Thank you. So you have a few different tracks you could go down in biology. You actually have 4 tracks. The first one is a Bachelor's of Arts in Biology. This is a really diverse degree that allows you to take a variety of classes, but focus on biology classes for your expertise. So this would be appropriate for probably individuals considering medical school. Now, getting a Bachelor's of Science in Biology, it is a more difficult path than the BA, but it is going to prepare you better for graduate training in biology. So in biology graduate school and then medical school. And so for this, you have to take 36 hours in general biology classes. So biodiversity in Central Texas, which is just a survey of the plants and animals in this area. Biosystems 1 and 2, or anatomy and physiology 1 and 2. So A&P, you learn a lot of the foundations for biology, but we don't focus on a variety of organisms. We focus on the human. Okay. So in addition to that, you need to take genetics, okay, which is a survey of inheritance. Okay, so you'll learn how. I'm not sure what they focus on in that class in particular, but here you're looking at passing on genetic information to people, inheritance patterns. The next class that's required for this degree is biostats. So that's running statistics that are applicable to biology courses. Okay. Plant biology is offered by Dr. Levens, I believe. Biostatistics is offered by Dr. Gustafson. And so in this class, you're going to be learning more about plants. And so, you know, if this is something that you're interested in, maybe this is a good way to go. Then you have to take a senior capstone, which is partly a seminar-based class. So you have to go to weekly seminars and complete a research project, presenting the findings of that research. And so we're transitioning this research aspect into actually traditional research. Okay, so you're going to be collecting data, preparing that data, and presenting that data in a couple different formats. And so it says one class from Bio 332, 334, 430. Those are research-based classes. So that's where you complete your research. Okay, so you'll see that the research is only offered in particular fields, molecular biology, and then environmental sciences, I believe, are focuses. I'm hoping to add physiology to that offering, but until I can get that worked up, it's not going to be offered. For bio, you need one course from organismal biology, so a class about organisms, about how they function, how they act. This is you're going to take vertebrate anatomy or vertebrate physiology, which is our senior level physiology class, and I teach that. Dr. Gustafson teaches vertebrate anatomy, and it's really the development anatomy and the diversity that you see across animals. Okay. Then you need to take one course from ecology and integrative biology, or integrative biology, 336, 337, 473. And these are going to include ecology, aquatic biology, and evolution. So looking at how animals have changed over the course of millions of years. Aquatic biology, you're going to be learning about aquatic organisms, largely invertebrates, probably some fish and frogs in there as well. You need to take one course from molecular cell biology. This is biology 242, 432, 433, 437, 471. These are going to include microbiology. So a lot of students take microbiology in their second year. Cell biology, which they generally save until their junior or senior years. Molecular biology, which is again offered by Dr. Danielle Grove. They'll take that one of their final 2 years. And so the order that you take these don't really matter as long as you're following the prerequisites. Okay, so the course requirements. Immunology is a survey of the immune system and how it works. I think that is incredibly relevant right now. So just because of the state we're currently in. And then developmental biology over here. So developmental biology tells you how organisms go from a single cell up to a multicellular organism, and they're talking about molecular cues in that class. You need to support. So this is in addition to the general university requirements. This is just focused on biology. Okay, I just want to point that out. You also need to collect 19 hours from supporting coursework. So this is going to include Chemistry 143, which is General Chemistry 1. This is a 4-credit class. Okay, you will take Chem 144 or Chem 341 for General Chemistry 2, or Analytical Chemistry. So Chem 244 is Gen Chem 2, 341 is Analytical Chemistry, where you're going to be learning additional information about chemistry. Okay, so it's helpful to generally have organic chemistry before you've taken analytical chemistry, but I'm not sure the prereqs for analytical chemistry off the top of my head. You also need to get up to college algebra. Okay, so if you're not at college algebra right now, you need to start working towards that. Okay, so either in the spring or next fall. So the further you put it off, the further it delays progression towards these degrees. Okay, and then finally, you need to collect 8 hours of physics, physics 141 and 142, or physics 240 and 241. So physics 141 and 142 are non-calculus based physics. Okay, calculus 240 and 241 are calculus based, so they're going to involve additional calculations. And this is, I've had a lot of conversations with Dr. Sansi about physics 240 and 241, and students who take the calculus based develop a better understanding. Okay, and they generally can do better in higher level classes like general physiology, where physics is a prerequisite. Okay, so you need to complete 2 terms to take Gen Phys. And so really getting this general chemistry and this physics knocked off early are going to be pretty important. The math class, you need to really get that taken care of if you don't have it taken care of right now. Okay. And then you would take these classes according to the prerequisites that you build up in your coursework. Okay, so that's a BA in biology. Now, we offer a few other degrees. So BS in biology, you're going to be running through a lot of the same classes. So Bio 143 and Bio 144 are going to be intro to biology. They have a lab associated with them. Microbiology, which is a lab associated with it. So you need to make sure that you are taking these classes in the proper order so that you're not overloading yourself early in your college experience. Bio 331, genetics, comparative anatomy and embryology, okay. General ecology, biostats, plant biology, senior capstone, which is the research-based course, and we see this research option still down here, and you have to complete one of these courses during your period to even take senior capstone. General physiology, which is the class I teach, and Bio 433, molecular biology. In addition to that, you see that you take a lot of the same classes over here. So you need 28 hours of supporting coursework. Real quick, you have 3 other hours that have to be completed from one of these courses. So these are all 3 credit courses. And so you have to take at least one of these courses to satisfy this research, or the kind of the elective in biology, I guess we'll call it, but it's a required elective, but you get a really broad choice of what you're taking. Now, in here, you see that organic chemistry is now a requirement. And so that's the difference between the BA and the BS. So there's not as much flexibility in the classes you can take with the BS, but these will serve you pretty well in preparation for graduate and medical school. The final component, so I think med schools require organic chemistry, actually. At least they did when I was an undergrad. It was a difficult course, but I persevered and I succeeded. You notice here that we have another difference. So we have to take calculus, at least up to calculus 1, right? So in addition to college algebra and making it through pre-calculus, you have to take calculus in addition to that. Finally, you still have to take physics. Okay, so there's really no way to avoid physics. So biology is a very integrative science. It combines aspects from chemistry and combines aspects from physics, combined with the natural biology of things. Okay. All right. So that's a BS in biology, just a general tract. Now we have an environmental tract where you can get a BS in biology. And so you see that many of the same classes are taken, but they're a little different from what we saw in the BS, but in BS and biology general. Okay, so you don't see Gen Phys, you don't see molecular biology, but here, so you do see some of the same classes popping up. So microbiology, genetics, intro biology is going to be required for all biology degrees. General anatomy and embryology, ecology, biostats, plant biology, and then senior capstone. Again, this is a research-based class, so you need to take one of these courses, 334 or 430, to complete this. Okay, and so these are going to be kind of like independent research projects. Okay, so most likely the instructor is going to have an idea, and you as a student need to carry out at least the data collection in an attempt to answer this idea. Okay, you need to take, so instead of one course from this general flexibility, you need to take two of these courses. So aquatic biology, physiology, biochem, development, or evolution. So physiology is not required in this. Developmental biology is not required. You have the choice here. So make sure you process not only what fits into your schedule, but you are interested in it, right? So it's going to make the class unbearable if you're not interested in the subject. Keep in mind, there are going to be classes that you take during your time at TLU where you're not really that interested in the information, right? But it's still required class that you have to take. In addition to these two courses, you need to take supporting work. So the chemistry series here, and you need to take up to calculus and physics here. Now, in addition to this, you need to take 8 hours from chemistry, 248, 249, 341, and 342. Okay. Now, for the third degree in biology, we have, this is the fourth degree. So we have a BS in biology and molecular biology. So here you're focusing on the molecular aspects. Okay, so if you're interested in doing research or you're interested in going into a field that involves application of these molecular techniques, this might be the right degree for you. And you see the same classes are required here. We have molecular biology and general physiology as requirements. It makes sense that molecular biology is a requirement here. You need one course from Bio 332 and 430, so you have a smaller series of classes that you can choose from. And then you need to take one course from this offering as well, 432, 436, 438, 473. And so to support that coursework, you have to take the series in chemistry, OChem, and calculus, and you have to take the physics requirement, either non-calculus based or calculus based. Does anybody have questions so far? I'm sorry, I'm running through this pretty quick. We only have limited time. All right. Now for the final biology plan, you can get a teaching degree in biology. And so this would be a BS in biology. And so we offer a few different options from this. We offer a 7 through 12 life science certification. Okay. And then there's several other options for this in math, physics, and chemistry. And notice that this big number right here is a scholarship that you can qualify for if you collect this NOI scholarship. And for this NOI scholarship, you would need to sign a contract, essentially, saying that you're going to teach in an underserved community for, I think it's 2 years. Okay. That's worth $40,000 in my opinion in college scholarship. Because if you can come out of college with as little debt as possible, that is going to be beneficial for you in the end. So contact Dr. Tony Sansi, Dr. Sherry Jones, or Dr. Will Hager in math. And so if you're interested in this NOI scholarship, and I think this is a very good opportunity that has been underutilized so far. So we have quite a bit of support still left over for students. You'll get in-class experience during your period. And so one of the good things about this is you can kind of test out the waters before you decide to go full in towards teaching. You do a internship at a local school, complete that internship, write a reflection, and then you'll get $100. That's pretty good in my eyes. So that's about an 8-hour day, right? So probably 8 to 4 whenever public education gets out, but this is a really good chance to determine if you are interested in education as a focus. Okay, so again, contact Dr. Sansi or any of the other PIs here, co-PIs, because this is an NSF funded scholarship, right? So we got money from the National Science Foundation to increase our STEM educators. And so we give out a pretty generous scholarship here. So if money is an issue with college, as I know it is a lot of students, this is a good opportunity to pursue. Okay, so in the final couple of minutes, I'll take some questions. The next session starts at 9:25. Any questions? All right, we will, hopefully this was informative for you. We will see you in class for those who are in my Frex class. So we'll see you on Friday. Everybody else have a good day. Enjoy your next session, okay?